So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this
pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The seasoned vet out of Penn State, Cameron Wake, in to drop him. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Big chunks of yardage the last few plays, and the Ravens have another first down. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. To throw is Jackson. To throw on third down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jayon Brown. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. What can Mariota do in the OT? Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's second down. Throwing again. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jayon Brown able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson on third down. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Jackson forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jayon Brown. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here's Cairo Santos on the field goal try. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here's Cairo Santos on the field goal try. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Titans are going to win the football game. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from.